Did you know that there's a way to smoke today that's not a cigarette? Are you aware of the dangers that this could have? I know many people that use e-cigarettes or vapes today, and I'm very confident that they don't know the dangers of this in our culture today. My name is Adam Marez, and today I will be explaining 3 reasons why I feel vaping and vapes should not be used today. They are widely misused, there are many negative health effects, and there is a growing population of adolescents that are using these products today. Now, vaping was originally made for a great purpose. Originally, they were called e-cigarettes, and basically they were products that used juice instead of nicotine or in a cigarette. And they used this and inserted small traces of nicotine to help people that had smoking addictions to stop. You could equate this to nicotine gum, nicotine patches, things of that nature. This was used to help people stop smoking. Now let me be clear, when I say these vaping and vape shouldn't be used anymore, I'm not saying that they shouldn't be used for this purpose. I think if you are vaping, if you are using these products to help yourself come off and stop an addiction of smoking, I think using vapes is a great way to do that. However, today, that's not how vapes are being used widely. They have become they are used a lot more for recreational use. Now, people put these things in their pockets, they walk around with them everywhere. You see them at family events, other types of gatherings. People go on YouTube and other forms of social media to show off tricks that you can make with the smoke that comes out of that comes out when you vape, and it's just it's just being used more for recreation now than it is for people as a treatment plan to help people stop smoking. And this has just turned the market for these products just on its head, where it used to be, like I said, for treatment. Now it's people and companies are marketing these things for recreational use. So one company in specific is called Juul, and according to Jidan Huang of the School of Public Health at Georgia State University, the Juul company has topped everyone else in sales, every other e-cigarette company in sales, and it just shows how much this market is flipped, as Juul really markets for recreational use. And just the more people that start to use these products because of the marketing, because of how they are starting to be used, the more that this practice and vapes in general are going to stray away from its original purpose to help people stop smoking. Next, I'd like to talk about the negative health effects of these products. Now, vaping has many harmful effects on our physical health. As I said, you insert small traces of nicotine to help people stop smoking. However, this is just being exploited. There are juices now that have so much more nicotine in them than a common cigarette ever would have. So basically, they're just being used completely oppositely of what it was meant for. People are getting a bigger high off of vape juice than they would even on a cigarette. According to an article written by Aisha Mendez in the British Journal of Community Medicine, there's research that shows that the chemicals that are produced when vaping, they result in an impaired ability to release and clear out bacteria in your system. She also goes on to explain how cells that would otherwise would be completely healthy and normal in your body are dying and are being damaged because of vaping, and also how the more you vape, the more toxic those chemicals become to your body. Now, I want to address a misconception, because many people, you might be wondering, are like, well, if this was made to stop smoking, then I guess vaping is better than smoking, so maybe I should just vape. Now, it has been shown and it has been proven that vaping health-wise is better than smoking. However, this doesn't negate the fact that vaping itself is still a very harmful practice to your body. So better to not do both than to do one just because it's better health-wise than the other. They are both still very harmful for your body. And lastly, I'd like to talk about the adolescent consumption of these products. Now, the adolescent age group has been growing immensely in the amount of people that use vapes in that age group. Millions and millions of people have seen vapes, have used vapes before they come out of high school. According to the New England Journal of Medicine, statistics show that students in 12th grade have used vape with nicotine. The prevalence of that is about 20%, and the prevalence of vapes being used by 12th grade students with nicotine and or flavored juice is up to 25%. Students are using these more and more and more as I've said, the market has just shown these things as a cool hip thing to do. I know many people, I have friends that have used vapes, that use vapes currently, and I'm only 19, and I've known these friends for a few years, and it just shows how much these vapes have just invaded this culture. And if we're being honest, the more people that use these vapes, the more they're being marketed and the more they're seen as a cool thing, the more it's going to come into schools, and it's almost going to be like, oh, I have to have a vape so I can be cool at school. It's going to become so much of a popular thing in high schools that it's going to be integrated into that culture. And with the health effects and everything else that has been brought about these about vapes and about vaping and how bad it is for your health, why would we sit here and let that happen? It just doesn't make sense to me. And in conclusion, vaping and the practice of vaping has just been shown to be such a harmful practice. It's not being used for the right reasons anymore. It's not being used to stop smoking. It's being used for recreation. There are many, many negative health effects that are just continuing to grow. And the adolescent age group is just continuing to increase in the amount of people that are using these, and aren't just using them for fun, but are using them to get high off of nicotine. I encourage you to refrain from vaping and using vapes so that we can return what used to be a great purpose back to that original thing. To return vaping back to a purpose of helping people stop smoking rather than helping people get a better high off of vapes. Thank you so much.